Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media. So happy New Year everybody, happy 2019. And to kick off 2019, I want to start it off with a special 4K Blu-ray, and that's going to be Halloween on 4K UHD Blu-ray. Now, I was super pumped to get this one in and give it a watch, so let's go over the movie first. So I did see this one in theaters, and I was impressed with it, but not as blown away as I thought I would be, so I did go into a second viewing with a set of fresh eyes, and I will say I was more entertained on the second viewing. And I think it's because I let those expectations go to bay, I let the hype go to bay, and I just accepted this for what it is. And what this is it's a sequel directly to the original Halloween, and Laurie Strode for all these years has been preparing for Michael Myers' return. And what I really liked about this is it was definitely a return to form for Halloween. It was definitely a return to form for the slasher genre as a whole. You got to see a lot of gore in this, you got to see a lot of kills, and that's something we've been missing from horror lately. That's something I really enjoyed in this. But altogether, I really enjoyed how the pieces fit together between Halloween 1 and this, and I just enjoyed the old school feeling it had. Michael Myers is definitely back in this feature, and I was very excited to see him. Now let's get to the video quality on this. So this is a digitally shot movie, and this is the first digitally shot Halloween movie, so it's definitely a different visual look from the other movies. So this is a 2K digital intermediate upscaled to 4K, and what we get here is a nice increase in detail. Detail specifically on Michael Myers' mask. You can see a lot of crevices, all the little marks and wear and tear on the mask. Same things with facial pores and hairs on faces. You can see every single pore and every little individual speck of hair. The usual suspects are also prone to detail increase, such as the landscape, such as clothing, anything like that. You will see a nice increase in detail. And the difference between this and the other Halloweens, even Rob Zombie's Halloween, is you'll get a nice razor sharp detailed image with this, with no grain at all. Now on this 4K image, we get a nice added depth to it as well. Separating the foreground from the background is easily distinguishable, and a nice layer of depth is added to this 4K UHD Blu-ray. Black levels are deep and inky throughout, which is super important in a movie like Halloween, where especially the second half takes place a lot in the nighttime, but nothing to complain about there with deep and inky blacks. Now let's get to the HDR here. So this has a cooler color palette, and I will say the HDR does still shine here. So the colors aren't the punchiest or the boldest, but you will see a lot more nuances to the color, a lot more details to the color, and where this HDR really shines is that shadow detail. Any scene where it's at night or any dimly lit scene, you'll be able to see a lot more on this 4K version than you will on the standard Blu-ray, and the colors, like I said, have more nuances to them, a bit more pop to them, but don't expect them to pop off the screen like some other HDR titles. This is a bit cooler color palette and a bit more natural looking. Now let's get to the audio quality. So this has a DTS-X immersive audio mix, and I found this mix to be pretty impressive, although I did wish they used the overheads a bit more. We do get a bunch of overhead use in the basement scenes where we hear stuff from above, but besides that, the overheads are not used a ton. But what I will say that was really good use of the surrounds and the overheads was the soundtrack. You could just hear it really encapsulate you, and it does a great job about that. Now, besides the overheads, the surrounds are used greatly throughout the mix, and this is a very dynamic mix that I have nothing to complain about. A great horror mix, just wish that the ceiling effects were used a bit more. So anyway guys, this is going to be a day one pickup, especially considering the price that Amazon has this at pre-order right now. This is actually a pre-order for $20 right now, cheaper than the Blu-ray option, I believe, so it's a no-brainer. It comes with the 4K, it comes with the Blu-ray, and this is a great movie that any horror hound is going to want to watch many times and add to their Halloween collection. So anyway guys, Happy New Year, Happy 2019. I'm going to include the link to this in the description. Using that link gives me a small kickback to help out the channel and help me review more 4Ks for you. So anyway guys, I hope you have a Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in the next video.